Alright guys, so I'm going to show you a couple of maintenance items to take a look at on your bike to make sure it's ready to go for the race. Okay, so come with me. We're going to start out by looking at the cockpit. So the first thing you'll notice here is, see how this bar tape is worn out here? And you see the tape down here has been worn out? These are all good things to replace before a race. Now, it's not that it's critical to the performance that you have these bars, but you don't want bar tape to come unraveled while you're riding. It just becomes annoying. So go ahead and get that stuff situated now. It's relatively easy to replace the bar tape. Bar tape itself is about 10 or 15 bucks. One roll will easily do the whole thing on your tri-bike. And then you just need some electrical tape for this piece right here. There's a little bit of technique to it, so you may have to practice a little bit. You can take to a shop, but again, do it now, because any shop you take this to is gonna require at least 2 or 3 weeks to get this done. The other thing you'll notice here, my Aero bars have these pads, and this pad has become detached. So again, another thing, doesn't affect the performance, but if that starts to come up and start to get bunched up while you're riding on the Ironman course, it'll be really annoying. Okay, so these are things that will annoy you that you can easily take care of now and not stress about. Next thing you'll look at is your shifting. Okay, so in this bike it has mechanical shifting, and if we take a look at the performance, what you want to do is go through your gears, click each one individually, and make sure the thing is clicking over. Okay, if any of them click or you hear a tick 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 tick, it's a good indication. It's a good indication that your derailleur is misaligned. Now, if you come back here, this little knob here on the back, this is designed to do that fine-tune adjustment to your shifting. So what you want to do is, if you hear it clicking, which I'm going to go ahead and make it click so you can hear it. Well, it's not doing it right now. But effectively, come over here. What you'll want to do is, if you can look down and see, you can see the chain is just slightly rubbing against the inner cog there. And so this fine-tune adjustment, you turn it right to move the chain away, you turn it left to move the chain closer. And so just do that little fine-tune adjustment. Do that little fine-tune adjustment on this piece right here, and that'll help get your chain ready to go. The next thing you want to look at when it comes to your chain is whether or not the chain itself needs to be replaced. Now, this chain is pretty old. You can see on the, buddy, you're not even getting my fingers. You can see I can wiggle the chain around. It's not very tight. Another indication is if you can pull the chain like this. Now, this chain is a little bit loose. It's not necessarily needing to replace it, but for an Ironman, I would go ahead and just replace the chain. A chain is about 30 bucks, and getting a new chain will definitely make your life feel better. Boy, this thing is so heavy. Okay, so come on back up here. Okay. And then we want to look at our brakes. So if you look at the brake levers, okay, you should have plenty of room between when the brake starts to get tough and the bar. What you don't want is the brake to go all the way to the bar. You see over here, I'm still got about a good ½ inch here. That means I've got plenty of clamping force down. So as far as the brake cables go, they don't need to be adjusted. Now, if we look down at the brake pads, you can see from up top, you can see there's some little lines. Maybe you can't see, there you go. You see the little indentions here of the brake pads. As long as you can clearly see those lines, then the brakes don't need to be replaced. They have not been worn down. But if all you see is a flat surface with no indentions there anymore, those brake pads are nice and worn down and they need to be replaced. Okay.